Welcome, Team Indy, to another Wacky Wednesday snow edition here on January, February, March, April 21st. Yes, I said snow. Last week it was 75. Today it's 32 or less. So, for math today, kids in school yesterday, you received a handout that had a few pages on it, and there were specific directions. First page had start at the top, and it then went through and said, do one of these problems first. So I'm going to kind of pull that up first. That is our main goal today to work on at home. You are able to join into your Google Meet Live. Please remember that if you do go into our Google Meet Live for today, I pull down, there's one specific link. It says Wednesday synchronous math link. That link will be open at 11 for block 1, 11:30ish for block 2. 12 o'clock for block 3, and then my homeroom. I will see you around, I think it's at 1:30 because you have lunch and then a special. So again, this link right here, this Wednesday synchronous math link, will be open. There's moi. And while you see moi, we see snow. That's weird. That's suspicious. All right. So let me get out of that picture because we don't need to see Mr. Petruska. All right, Wednesday, April 21st. Here we go. So just says in here, today you're going to start out with working on the handout you got yesterday in school, and if time allows, you can work on your math IXLs for the week. Virtual students, you're going to click the assignment below this page here to work on it. You can work on it through Cami. You can download it always for yourself. If you have capability to print it out, you can do that, but you do not have to. Also, if you just have it on the screen and then you want to show your work once in your notebook, again, the main part of this assignment today is to just refresh your memory of how to add, subtract, multiply, divide decimals, fractions. It's not for me or for you to see if you can type it into your calculator. It's just refreshing. There's going to be directions on the left side of the page. So if I click that, again, kids that were in school yesterday, you already have this on paper. Kids at home, this is the document in front of you. So for some reason, when I downloaded it, it obviously went a little crooked, and I'm hoping I'm able to switch it over when I get in this document. If I can't, this ought to be interesting. Rotate this page clockwise. There we go. All right. So start off, join the Google Meet for Q&A, questions and answers. So that's our first thing. Just to remember, you're going to start on this page. Pick one of the two problems above to start with. If you want to do something with a line plot, you can do that. Or if you want to do the one talking about an equation and apples, you can do that one. So start there. Once you've completed either the right or left side, you're going to move over. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to have to rotate this page again. So this page right here is talking about adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers. You're going to pick 3 problems from the top and 3 problems from the bottom. Now remember, first and foremost, when you're adding or subtracting fractions, you have to have a common denominator. So you have to find a common multiple. Now, if we look at this very first one, 1/4 plus 1/2, I'm going to take a look at the smaller denominator, which is a 2. And with that 2, I'm going to say, can that 2 go into 4? Yes, it can twice. So I need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2, leaving us now with 1/4 plus 2/4. Because 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. Now I'm going to add straight across, and you want to remember you do not add the denominator, that bottom part. So the top 1 plus 2 is 3. Again, the denominator stays the same. 4 3/4 is your final answer. Now, if you want to look at the mixed number problems, adding mixed numbers, again, you want to find a common denominator. Now, you can either find the common denominator after you change the mixed number to an improper fraction, or you can do it right off the bat. Again, I'm going to look at the smaller denominator, which is 5. 5 can go into 10 twice. So I'm going to multiply this top and bottom number by 2. So now it has 3 and 4/10 plus 9 and 1/10. Now, it's up to you on this next part. You can either change it to an improper fraction, or you could add up your 3 and your 9, or your 4/10 and your 1/10. Just be aware, if you add your fractions up and it becomes an improper fraction, meaning that top number is larger than the bottom, you're going to have to convert it into a mixed number and then add it on. So if we look at this, let's go back to gray. 1/10 plus 4/10 is 5/10. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 and 5/10. That is the correct answer. Simplifying it allows it to be 12 and 1/2. So again, you're just going to go through. I did 2 of them. Don't pick those 2 for your 3 to do. So find 3 on the bottom and top. If you get stuck, maybe with the mixed number, we can go over that tomorrow in class or Power Block or Team Time or on the Google Meet. Next page, let me rotate it. Multiplying and dividing fractions and mixed numbers. When multiplying, you're multiplying straight across. Okay, so this top one, 1 times 1 is 1. 8 times 7 is 56. 156. Cannot be reduced. 1 can't be made any smaller. With dividing, remember there's, you could say keep, change, flip, or 5, 6, change division to multiplication, and you find the reciprocal of 1/4, meaning you're just flipping it. 4 over 1. If you know how to simplify this, cross reduce, you can. 2 goes, oops, undo that. 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Multiply it straight across. 10 over 3. That's an improper fraction leading to 3 and 1/3. 3 goes into 10 3 times. That's where I get this 3. And then this 3 times 3 is 9. So 10 minus 9 is 1. And again, you'll want to try and pick. This is pick 4, pick 4. If you're watching this video, pick 3 and pick 3. If you don't see the video, I would expect that you're going to go 4 and 4. Next page, operations with decimals. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. Remember, if you're watching this video, you could pick 2 instead. But lining them up, directions are all over here. Line them up for adding and subtracting. Multiplying, count how many decimal places there are, and then multiply it as if it's a whole number. If you go in here and you go like this, again, this is if you're watching the video. All right, 1 decimal place, 2 decimal places. I'm going to put 2 decimal places, and now I have 92 times 31. Plug it into your calculator. Here, I'm going to get my calculator. 92 times 31 equals 2,000, not the eraser, 2,852. I know 2 decimal places. I need to move it over 2 times. So 1, 2. That decimal place goes in between the 8 and the 5. So I'm going to place that 8 and 5 decimal there, and there's your answer. So as long as you are able to count the decimal places, then make it 2 whole numbers, you can plug this into a calculator. I'm fine with that. I just do not want you plugging into the calculator. 9.2 times 3.1 gives us that. I want to make sure you understand the process. And then the last one, dividing. Remember, anything on the outside out here has to be a whole number. So if your number is 0.63, you have to move this twice. And then the number inside here, wherever the decimal place is, maybe it's at the end and we don't see it, move it over twice, add 2 zeros. Bring that decimal straight up. Now, again, typically math class is about 40 minutes. You might only get to here. Maybe you skip some of these, you're having trouble with finding the quotient or finding the product with multiplying. That's okay. Go on to that next one. This is what we've been doing these past couple weeks. talking about volume, I kind of went in and chose which ones I think you should be able to do. Volume down here, volume equals length times width times height. Remember, your formulas are over here, and you have a bunch of reference sheets I gave you. I think that might be, no, there's one more. Again, go through this as if we're in math class. If it takes you longer than 30, 40 minutes, stop. If you want to go through it, that's fine. Maybe you're really good with equations. And after that first page, you look to the end, you see this, go for it. Okay? You want to do the opposite of what is being shown. So instead of subtracting 76, you add 76. Instead of multiplying 19, you divide 19. Instead of adding 14, you subtract 14 from both sides. So again, you want to get that variable all by itself. So if we look at number 81, subtract 18, because opposite of adding, 18 is subtracting. Subtract 18 here, comes out to be 14. X equals 14. To check it, 14 plus 18, carry it, is 32. That's your correct answer. I'm going to box that off, make sure I know that is the answer. Box it off, make it known. So again, this is old stuff. Make sure, if you have questions, hop onto the Google Meet. If you don't have questions, I expect that you're going to have this all done for tomorrow then, or you completed a majority of it. Then, if you have some time, you can always go into your Team Indy Weekly IXL, get those done. Missing assignment-wise, there's nothing on the board for math. There was some of you who did the mini golf or forgot to do the mini golf. I just kept it up there for 2 weeks, took it down. There's a quiz from a couple weeks ago that some of you need to complete. But I hope all of you have a great day, and we will talk soon. See you, Team Indy.